Podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews. Public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. Here's your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, I'm super excited to bring a company that I discovered about 2 or 3 months ago. We're talking no other than Cardiff Lexington Corporation. They are a publicly holding company. Cardiff Lexington is led by a strong and talented team of executives, advisors providing expert acquisitions and market guidance and added value for their subsidiaries and investors. You can find them on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol CDIX. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, this has probably been one of the hottest stocks the last month, with the volume spiking a lot. And with us today to talk about his company, bring us up to speed, is the CEO and president of it, Alex Cunningham. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
You know, it's just been over probably a year since your company acquired Platinum Tax Defenders. How's that acquisition going, and what do you see going in the future?
It's worked out really well. When Cardiff Lexington approached Platinum Tax Defenders as an acquisition strategy last year, back in 2018, we saw tremendous growth opportunity in that Southern California-based tax resolution company. And Sherry Gastelum and her team there are just doing a great job. In fact, in the year since we acquired them, they've enjoyed a 63% year-over-year revenue increase, and that's the highest in their history. We brought to their team the necessary resources and support to continue to expand their reach and to execute, and we continue to see unprecedented growth and opportunity for expansion in that sector. It's just exciting for our shareholders, the growth that they've experienced. And under our umbrella, we look forward to positioning this company for even more exponential growth in the future as we continue to expand in that financial services arena.
Alex, when I discovered your company a couple of months ago, I was impressed on many different levels. One level is in 2019 already, you guys have did 2.1 million in revenue. Your market cap's at 1.2 million. As you know, as the CEO of the company and president, the volume has increased immensely over there. What do you take from all this?
Well, I think we're doing some things that are drawing attention, and we're happy to see the increased volume. We think that we're, I guess, like management of most public companies, feel like that we're dramatically undervalued, and we think our market cap is really artificially low based upon an artificially low share price. We have had some necessary convertible debt that has been trading out, and we knew that we were going to be increasing the float doing that, and we knew that we needed to do that to some extent on a variety of levels. But it's very controlled, and we would like to see the stock price more reflect the accomplishments that we've already put on the books and the things that we're doing going forward. And we think that volatility is people just aren't really sure yet. And as we continue to post good numbers, I've always believed that the market recognizes performance over time, and if we just keep doing what we're doing, the value in the stock will continue to rise and catch up, and the market value will be more reflective of what's going on.
I want to change gears here. Recently, you guys put out a press release about maybe a letter of intent with Acela Biomedical. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we did put out a press release. We've tried to be relatively transparent. We normally do not put out a press release on letters of intent. We made that decision, again, a little over a year ago. But we did need to acknowledge in our forward statements in our Q2 filing that these discussions were taking place and that we had entered into a letter of intent. And that created a lot of buzz in the market, a fair amount of misinformation and speculation and all of those things that are incumbent with being an OTC company and having penny stock day traders in your stock. Everybody that doesn't have information makes up information. So we felt, you know how that goes. And so we
I do.
So we felt that incumbent upon ourselves and to protect our shareholders and really to protect the Acela Biomedical, who was getting barraged with unsolicited requests for information, that we put out a press release. And essentially, Acela Biomedical is a verified hemp grower, distributor, processor, extractor, and retailer specializing in CBD oil production. And we think our partnership with Acela just affords Cardiff Lexington an incredible opportunity. Acela farmers currently in Kentucky have over 2.5 million hemp plants in the ground. I've been in the fields, over 10,000 acres that we've traveled across in pickup trucks, and the plant looks wonderful. It's about waist high in some areas and almost chest high in others. Acela is a clinical stage biotech company that produces only the highest quality pharmaceutical grade purest CBD oil, which is why they really attracted our attention. They reside near the Ohio River in Maysville, Kentucky, in a 122,000 square foot facility on 14 acres that has room to meet their growth. And they have a second location of about 34,000 square feet in a facility on another 14 acres in Winchester, Ohio, where they're doing some greenhouse operations and have some big expansion plans. And Ohio just recently passed some hemp laws, but they've already passed medical marijuana in the state, and that affords a whole nother level of opportunity. So essentially, Acela Biomedical is a seed to shelf quality CBD hemp cultivation and CBD oil production company. And they have soil to bottle, rigorous, tested, highest quality organic retail products and the best in class extraction methods. Their work with plant genetics is cutting edge within the hemp industry, and we're in some discussions with some very interesting people to formulate and build a seed bank in Kentucky. And at this point, I guess Acela represents about 10% of Kentucky's hemp growers and nearly 30% of the existing greenhouse cloning capacity. This company's been under the radar, but over the past 4 years of research and development, they have developed their own unique hybrid breeding program, and they have road tested, formulated through trial and error, really refined their extraction process and capability. With our help and what we're bringing to the table, they're going to be able to expand that extraction capacity. And in 2020, we expect them to be able to exceed 9,000 liters of CBD oil production per month. That's really important when you understand that 1 liter of high quality CBD oil sells for $1,000 to $3,000 currently on the market. So we see a really strong interest from tobacco farmers that we believe are transitioning to hemp at an increasing in increasing numbers, and combined with the ideal growing conditions that you get in that burley tobacco belt, this will make Kentucky the epicenter of the CBD oil industry in the United States. And in Acela, I think Cardiff Lexington has found a future partner that's a proven stage clinical biomedical company that differentiates them greatly from other hemp growers, and they're leading the way in Kentucky, and we're just really thrilled at the prospect of partnering with them.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way, Alex, but why are you so bullish on hemp and CBD oil industry, especially in Kentucky, when I feel that you might be a little bit too late to the game?
Well, it's actually really early in Kentucky, and it's certainly really early in hemp. And they're good questions. I'll tackle it in I guess 2 phases. First of all, why hemp? And we, like many companies out there, have been looking and watching and wanting to find a way into the cannabis industry. With the growth throughout the country has been phenomenal. We've looked at multiple.
Absolutely.
We've looked at multiple transactions in collateral businesses and directly in cannabis. It's such a hot sector. The double-digit growth is there, and the ROI is just impressive. And we just could not find something that A, worked for us and B, worked for them. And some of the problems revolve around the legalization of marijuana and all of the issues and conversations that generates. With hemp, and more importantly, the CBD oil it produces, there are many uses and applications without most of that controversy that surrounds marijuana, whether it's medical or legalizing it for recreational use. CBD oil is solely a medicinal crop, and it does not have a recreational component. So we think that hemp's ideally positioned to be a contributor to many products to help with inflammation and a host of things that aren't even discovered yet. And so that's a good fit. Why Kentucky? Well, we've got deep roots in Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee. It's a region that we've lived in, grown up in. We've closely followed the developments of hemp. There's been tremendous support in Kentucky, including the Kentucky Agricultural Commissioner Ryan Quarles and Senator Mitch McConnell, who for years have been out front leaders promoting hemp and its many benefits, and they really kind of put Kentucky on the forefront with their hard work. So, Kentucky has very experienced tobacco farmers, and the burley tobacco segment of the tobacco business was always the highest and best crop because of the region it was grown in and the perfect growing conditions. And hemp is very similar to that and likes those same conditions. The type of hemp plant you grow for CBD oil is different than the type of hemp plant that you grow for clothes or rope or to make sails. There's multiple uses for hemp, and they come from different plants that are genetically diverse. And
absolutely.
And so, Kentucky is quickly becoming the epicenter of high CBD content hemp grown specifically for CBD oil. And with the opportunity to rebuild family farms throughout that Appalachian region and to some extent impact local economies is compelling, and it embraces what Cardiff Lexington is all about. We on our front of our website say we're from Main Street to Wall Street, and we truly want to improve lives. We want to not only we want to go from the farm to Wall Street, and we want to make a great return for our investors, but we want our employees and the subsidiary owners of our companies, their owners through our preferred stock, to do well and to prosper, and all of us be able to reinvest back into those communities and into civic and charitable organizations. And this is the kind of once in a lifetime growth opportunity of an entire industry that it was just hard not to try to find a way in. Brightfield Group said in 2017 that CBD oil sales were about 291 million, and they forecast in 2021 that CBD oil sales are going to be 1.65 million. That's a huge jump. And so I don't think we're too late to the party. It's
1.56 really billion.
Yes, 1.65 billion. So we're truly at the early stages of this industry development. And as the science-based methods drive innovative CBD products in both the wholesale and retail space, this is going to transform a whole region of the country.
I agreed. Alex, unfortunately, we're running out of time, but I do appreciate you coming on the show. As for my listeners, I think I'm bringing you a brand new company. I would take a look at it. It's my personal opinion. They're grossly undervalued here, under a half a penny a share. We're talking about Cardiff Lexington Corporation. My guest today is Alex Cunningham. He's the CEO and president of that company. You can find him on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol CDIX. Alex, it's a pleasure to speaking with you. Hope you become a regular on the show. Come back in 40 or 50 days and give us an update of what's going on with your company.
We'd love to come back. Thank you for taking the time to listen to a little bit about where we're headed, and have a great day.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by La Jolla Media LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are for educational and research purposes. Stock Day encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional.